Good morning, everybody. My name is Steve Mailing. I'm coming to you live from 14 News' digital news studio on our West Side studio here in Evansville. We are gearing up. Obviously, today is the big day that we've been talking about for months now, the great American eclipse that is set to turn the tri-state dark for a couple minutes this afternoon. We actually have Tanner Holbrook out on the riverfront where folks are getting ready to go. Tanner, how are things looking out there? I've already seen a decent amount of crowds since you guys have been on scene this morning.
Oh my gosh, so we've been here since like 4 o'clock this morning, and from the quietness we were looking at sunrise early this morning to now, boy, is it just starting to fill up down here on the riverfront. So let me give you a little bit of a scene setter. You can kind of see as Riverside Drive has been closed off today, they are now starting to fill in the food trucks over here. This, by the way, goes all the way from Walnut all the way down to Court Street, just past the Centerpoint building. Let me give you a little behind the scenes too, because this is where our live coverage is going to be at today. Here's our live truck with 14 News. We have our mast going up there. That's how we get our signal back to the station. And this is the setup. We are setting up our cameras for our live coverage down here on the riverfront. Actually, in the background is my mom all the way there. She is sitting, keeping my seat nice and warm. And then my dad is also here too as well, just enjoying some coffee this morning. So let's take you around the riverfront because we have some friends from a very long way away. Let's bring in Pat. And it is Pat's birthday. Pat, let me come over here with you. Pat, where are you from?
Jasper, Alabama.
Jasper, Alabama.
Yes.
Okay. And you wanted to spend your birthday here in Evansville for the eclipse.
Absolutely, yeah. Yes, because on the Ohio River, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And everyone here is so nice.
Yeah. How long have you been in town?
Since yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday.
What'd you get to do? Anything?
We came here and walked and looked around and drove the historical area and Main Street and just this whole area.
Yeah. And so obviously your birthday coinciding with an eclipse, it's once in a lifetime, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know. What a birthday bash. You know, everyone's celebrating.
Well, talk to me about just how excited. Have you seen an eclipse before?
Absolutely. We went to Gallatin, Tennessee for 2017, and one of the most amazing things we've ever done. Yeah. Everybody needs to experience this.
Okay, well tell me, so since you kind of have some experience here, what are we going to be expecting when we see this eclipse?
It's hard to explain. You have to experience it to know. The shadows change, the animals are different, everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, and if there's one thing you hope people take away from the experience today, what is that?
That they have the experience that I have, the awe of it, yes.
Okay, well, very cool. Well, I hope you really enjoy your birthday. Happy birthday to you, by the way. Thank you so much for being. And Sammy's over here. Hey, what are you looking forward to the most today?
The cloud cover lifted. That's the main priority right now. Is the cloud. The weather people have got to cooperate with us so we can experience it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it is kind of interesting right now. We're seeing the cloud coverage. It looks like some of the fog has burned off, which is a good thing. We are on the river, so a lot of the low-lying clouds have started to burn off. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get this cloud cover out of here just in time for 2:02. Steve?
Yeah, well, Tanner, it's funny you just mentioned that because I brought up the National Weather Service cloud forecast for today, so I want to give people at home another look at that. It looks like the Evansville area is sitting in that 30-40% range right now. I know we'll have probably a little bit of a better idea once Jeff Lyons, Byron Douglas, they probably have been giving folks an idea of that all morning long. We'll have more at 11. But Tanner, one thing I did want to bring up, you were talking about some folks coming in from far away. I actually spoke with a family who came in from Wales just a little bit ago on Friday. I know they're going to be out there too. Is Alabama the farthest away you've heard from today, just from speaking to folks out on the riverfront?
Yeah, so far, Alabama's the furthest place that we've seen so far. We haven't had a chance to talk to many of these people. These people have actually just started rolling up. So within the last probably 45 to an hour, these folks have started to kind of trickle in. Same thing down the other side of the riverfront, too. So we're on the walk along the river over here. But over toward, like all of the downtown businesses, you can see that a lot of people are starting to fill in those spaces over there. So like I said, Steve, let me take you this way. Actually, let's get a little tour. We got some runners, people getting in their early morning jog here. But of course, we have at Walnut and Riverside Drive, we've got this kind of blocked off here because we want to keep people safe, of course. But then you have all the food trucks down there, people starting to trickle in as well. And it's actually, we were over at Parlor Donuts on Main Street about an hour ago, and they were packed. It took us a little bit to get our food just because of how busy they were, which is something we love to see, especially, I think that was something businesses were kind of hoping for when they were, starting to plan for the Eclipse, hoping a lot of people would come into their restaurant, Steve.
Tanner, I know one more thing. Obviously regular sunglasses aren't going to cut it today. These are my personal sunglasses I'm actually showing the viewers at home. So quick reminder for folks who are taking a look, they're looking up to the skies, what they need to be prepared for the eclipse and to keep their eyes protected.
Yeah, so you're going to want to look at the inside of these glasses. It should have a number. It's ISO, and then it says 12312-2. These are going to be what is certified to protect your eyes. You're going to want to have that on, and make sure you're going to want to check those ahead of time, because we do know there have been reports of, fake Eclipse glasses floating around. Just make sure it's got that ISO stamp and that ISO number, and that's what NASA says is going to help protect your eyes today. But, I was actually I had these on, and I was looking up, trying to see if I could find the sun with this just to see if it would come through the clouds. I can't right now, but again, hopefully that cloud cover will dissipate here soon.
And Tanner, before you go, one more thing. I know we had our Eclipse special air over the weekend, last Friday as well.
Yeah.
Something you had talked about in your story was safety for folks out there. What safety measures are you seeing out there on the riverfront to keep folks protected as, they witness this historic event today?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, let me run down the cell phones, because obviously with any big group of people in one area, it's going to be a little spotty with cell phone reception. So just make sure you have a plan in place in case you can't make a phone call. Let's say God forbid, there's an emergency, you need to get to 911. I was actually speaking with the dispatchers, the director of our local dispatch center here. She says that they do text to 911. That's always a good option. And also, like, if you can't get a phone call out, maybe Wi-Fi calling is a better option. But if you use Wi-Fi calling, dispatchers will not be able to see your location. So you need to tell them directly what your location is so that they can get help to you if there is an issue. In terms of safety response here, of course, you can see you have the Evansville Police Department. They've got their Guardian set up over here, the neighborhood surveillance unit. I also saw the mobile command center around here. Actually, I believe it's over toward the pagoda. But of course, you're going to see a lot of police in places like Westleman Park. You're going to see police here on the riverfront. You're also going to see authorities out at USI where there's a big gathering, just to make sure that they are keeping people safe. And, if anything should arise, they'll be there ready to respond if they need to. We were also hearing from doctors over at Deaconess. They say that they're ready to respond to anything that may come their way, should it come their way. We also know paramedics and police and deputies, they've all been kind of intertwined and, planning with each other to make sure that they can have the best response for anything that may happen. So it's safe to say that they're prepared, Steve.
Tanner, I'm going to let you get back to it, talk to the folks out there. I know you got a lot of live coverage for us all this morning at 11 and noon. So, Tanner, thanks a lot for joining us real quick. And, hey, stay safe out there and enjoy the time.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good, Steve.
All right, so that was Tanner Holbrook coming to you from the Evansville Riverfront. One thing I do want to point out before we let you go at home is that we have an Eclipse section on our website at 14news.com. If you log on to our website, you'll see the tab up top that says Eclipse 2024. On here, we have all types of things, all types of stories related to public safety, related to travel, related to traffic. Obviously, we'll be keeping you updated throughout our live coverage all day today, but I just wanted to point this out, and obviously taking a look at when the city will be in totality for the eclipse. We are seeing that Fairfield's obviously kind of come in first around 2 o'clock, Evansville in the 2:02 section. It's obviously gearing up to be quite the beautiful day outside. We're hoping for obviously minimal cloud coverage. We'll have more on that at 14 News at 11 and throughout our live coverage all day today. But for now, we'll let you go back at home. Enjoy the day today, stay safe, and be sure to check out our live coverage all over our 14 News apps and streaming on air as well. Have a good day.